Hello, my friends on the YouTube. This is Old Guy Plays 1969 for some more City Skylines 1. Today, we are going to episode 14. We are zipping into the game feed, and we're also going to explain what happened from the last episode. If you notice, I was in the middle of doing a bus line, and all of a sudden the video just stops. Well, it's proven something to me that I definitely know now, which is I'm gonna need what they call a stream deck. I think for my videos, because with OBS Studios, the program that actually captures the video, you can use hotkeys like Control, I don't know, U or something if you want to switch from, you know, like the little opening splash screen that you see to the game feed. And while I was recording the last video, I think I accidentally hit a button on the keyboard and it switched screens, so I had to use my video editing software, and I had to eliminate the part that got clipped off. So after that bus route was made, you didn't get to see anything else. So let me go over that, because what I did after that is I put some more zoning over here into low res. I also added a little bit more high density as well. I also continued on with the bus lines. I put another main bus line going around this section for Oak Square, and I put one down here as well for Florence Square, so that we have transit running everywhere. And then I patted myself on my back for my ingenuity and my smart thinking, and came down here, and look, lo and behold, no more traffic issues. Now, you have to kind of, I think, understand, let's unpause this, how traffic works in this game. So the AI will favor taking a faster highway over a slower one. So that's why I made this highway and stuff here faster. It makes it way more attractive for the traffic to take this way to get into this section of city, or this section over here to get into the industrial zone that we have here. Now, this area here, also in that video I talked about, where this is our trade school area, it is not going to grow because I zoned residential here, right? And I think part of the city's plan is going to be to unzone these areas and to expand our campus, put more campus buildings and things down, because it's not going to grow otherwise with that. I also discussed at the end of the video of a branch in this area out here and extending some of the roadways, and, you know, just making things a little bit more realistic, like I did here with the roads. I you know, kind of bended them. Yeah, that's a good word. I bended the roads around so that they looked a little bit more realistic. Okay, so this is a cross section of town here, and what I did is I put dedicated bus lines in to where I thought the buses were traveling. Now I may probably gonna have to do some of that over here, because I just kind of, for the meantime, wanted to get the bus routes kind of in. And, you know, so far, our cityscape looks pretty good. It's not too crazy. I also, with the disasters, since we had those, I also explained in that video, I don't know if it was early or not, but I went into the options here, and I actually went into, what was it, graphics, no, gameplay. And I went here and I turned the random, I had it here. So it was going to frequent like 50%, a little too much. So I turned it down. So that was done. So we could still have disasters, but they won't be as common. Then I went ahead in here And where we already had conveniently zoned this already previously as a industry zone, I put the streets down for Farmer's Corner, put in some pastures and stuff, and this is starting to grow. So it's only 1 star, and right now it is losing money, but eventually it will start to gain money, and then new buildings will pop up and I'll be able to expand that. And basically, as I expand this industry zone, I can start to scale back this industry zone. So right now the demand is up. There's people looking for jobs. I want them to take jobs over here on my farm. This is where I want them to go. So for now, they're still hiring, because this place will also take highly educated workers as well. Because I need 5 jobs in there that do those. And what I want to do is expand on this area here some more over here. And I think this area here has the potential of a nice, I think maybe a nice park, a nice centralized park for our city, because we have our main roadway here, where we can put our park, a couple of our park gates, and just kind of turn this into a, I don't know, just something that's a little bit more realistic, I guess, because that's the trap we all get into with this game, is we just kind of grid, because I mean, that's the way you used to have to play SimCity. This was kind of the first city builder thing that was out there. And look at that, Farmer's Corner has reached level 2. Had to grab a drink, sorry about that. So now we can make the flour mill, bakery, and we can get some worker barracks in there, a cattle shed, and a small barn. So let's go in here now and get these other elements into the farm. So workers barracks. So if you have more of these, you can hire more people. So the workers should probably be near the entrance, I would say. So let us plop 3 of those down. Now this is our flour mill. Our flour mill will take 45 people. And the flour mill right here looks good. Get another small grain silo, and we will get our small barn. One of those in on either side of the road. Cattle shed. We definitely need one of these, and that should probably be over here somewhere, next to where our cattle, well, I should say our cows and our pigs are. There we go. Okay, let's close out of that and we'll have a look at these buildings. So this one here we'll take from our crops and turn that into animal products. So we got lots of crops there. So those will start moving around. You see the trucks moving things from one thing to the other. The flour mill will also take from crops and it will convert that into flour. Now I could have swore it told me that we had access to a bakery too, so let's have a look, see where that building went. Workers barracks. I swear there was a bakery that was unlocked. Flour mill. I guess it was just the cattle shed. Food parlor and slaughterhouse. Nursery barns and fencing. Okay, maybe not. Anyway, we can let this grow now. It's up to 2 stars. Let it grow once more as our city now is coming into the nighttime. And I know I still got more work in here. I kind of threw some roadways down for now to try to alleviate the traffic problems. I'll clean that up as we go, because the only reason why you mainly will have really bad traffic in your city is because you have no other way for people to get around. Now, another thing I recognize with Senior Citizen City that has an issue, there is no walking paths from this side to this side. So that's something else we need to remedy as well, because the Sims in your city will like to walk around if they can, but they need a way to do that. So if they're living over here, you know, we did build some walking paths and stuff in here, but we never built a walking path that takes you from here over to here. So since there's a nice highway and everything, the Sims are going to offer, or I should say, choose to actually drive or take transit. But if we built them some walking paths, they'll walk as the preferred method. Okay. Crematorium availability. Cemetery use 37%. Starting to get a little bit in the red. Don't have a postal service in yet, so that's something we gotta do. Gotta put it. Oh wait, no. Is that a post office? Did we already put that in? We did. We were thinking ahead. Okay, good for us. Okay. Postal sorting station. Probably will eventually get away with putting one of those in. Cycling. Okay, incineration plant. It's not what we wanted. We wanted healthcare. We wanted to have a look to see if we had a crematorium. No, we are close. Once we get enough population up. Oh, it's a nice, like, these are some other nice assets, like a community pool. Like I said, that might be nice over here somewhere. It's in this, I mean over here, in this central, like, park area. Like, this is an asset that we could probably get behind. A sports gymnasium in here as well. All other good health facilities. Okay. Our farms in here are just a bustling. Flowers coming up. Okay, we're losing $3,000, but eventually that will balance itself out. Get the cows mewing. Okay, folks. Doing a lot of looking around. We need to get to building. So. Let's have a look, see how we got things zoned again. So this will be high-rise park in here. I'm gonna build some high commercial zones along this route here. Now, scatter a little bit in here. These poor buggers are looking for what? What's their problem? Not enough educated workers. Yeah, they got 6 jobs in there. Or don't they? What? Organic market. No, it's just not enough educated workers because there's like 2 jobs there, but they're both filled. It's a Denny's. Okay. Looks like we are rotating into night cycle here again. Alrighty. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and let's turn the day-night cycle off while we build, so we can see what we're doing. Okay, we could probably flush this area out a little bit more. I see a power problem potentially too. Oh yes. And our new radio mast for the emergencies zone. There's no power. Put power line in there. Now, we do have oil power. Citizens are sick. I bet you that's because of the noise. That would be my guess. Yeah, it's noisy there because of that incineration plant. And this was kind of a temporary fix. May have to extend that road down, push that down a little bit further. Yeah, I think we better do that first. Okay, shove that down there. We allocate this to here. And people are happy that I moved it. That guy immediately no longer got sick. So I guess that's good. Okay, we are developing power problems here because we do need more juice. So Industry Park. And I got a feeling that's where we have these already. So we have an oil power plant there. Got 1 there. 3 oil power plants. Advanced coal. Hydro, but I don't really have a place to put a hydro plant. Thermal power. Okay, these here provide 0 pollution. Same with this. Okay, this thing here, the solar updraft tower, will give us 240 watts of power. Maybe this might be the better investment to pump on in. Let's go geothermal. This building here would be a little easier, I think, to get squeezed in. There we go. She'll fit right in there nicely. Something's happening. We're getting close to that milestone. Yeah, as I was saying before, if at any time your traffic starts to go ape shit crazy, you really need to look at your transportation in your city. Make sure you got routes that are going everywhere. To alternatively get people around. Now, I noticed something I'm going to eventually have to do once we start to expand over here. I either A, have to add another metro line going around, B, I need to decommission this line and move it over. Let's see. See, eventually, what I'd like to do is do away with this bus center here. And what we'll do is we'll build a centralized station where people can get off the bus and then hop onto the metro. So, because there's no metro over here. Well, I should say there is a metro, but there's not a metro stop over here. Okie dokie. Parks, and we got some unique buildings. And I'd like, to put in the football stadium. Like, there's a lot of cool things that this city is still missing out on. All right, so let's do what we said. Can either expand this area here. It's kind of hesitant to do. There's only a little bit of this square left here. I think we should go ahead and do the design in here. Get the picker road, pick her up. Okay, what is this? This is a 4-lane road. So I think what we can do, extend this down and then give it a turn. Okay. Curved road tool. Give it the bend it needs. Let's pick this road. And let us start to extend these out to a grid up here. Nope. 1600. Walking path. Put it in right away. Best way to do it. Separate this grid with a walking path. Which side? Okay. Big city. We have made it. Next one is getting to the Grand City. Put a separator street in there. Might be able to get a couple of nice little park areas in here. And then one of the nicest things you can kind of do is you want to kind of mirror things. So that's 600. So let's go to 600 on this side. And match the grid here. And then let's try to match the grid on this side. So this one here goes another 400 from here. And then it goes the whole length. 1600. And then it comes over what? Another 400 or 480. Oh, Lafayette Grade School. Okay, so our campus attractiveness went up because we did add a few more little buildings in there. We did get 100 plus more students. Still, well, we made one academic work. That's it. Right, 480. And then this comes down to here. Now, we already kind of got 2 freaking junctions in here already, so I think if I put a junction in, I'm going to put one in here maybe. So let's bring it as far as here. Then world tool, bring it to here. Curve it right in this way. And then I think we should have a connection here as well. There we go. That there. Go. $1,600. $1,600. Again, continuing on with our grid. Yeah, I don't like this because it's putting junctions in here. Kill that. Just give this a little bit of a bend. All right. That looks a little better. Okay, now I guess the next thing we need to do, now that we have a section gridded off there, I need to make sure our water pipes are continuing on here. And the water treatment is something we're going to have a look at as well once I get these pipes in. Because I'm noticing those are hovering on the yellow. And I think also as well, at this point, I think we're able to buy another tile as well. Probably look into that aspect as well. I know this ain't pretty, but really, does it gotta be? That's what it gotta be. Really doesn't gotta be. All right, so water pumping station. Let's have a look. Got some pollution still over here. Kind of cleaned things up a little bit, which is nice. Try to clean this pollution up a little bit more too. So let's put it there. Need to lose my rocks over here, but put her in. Now over here, these are what? Eco water valves. So can we go to the other more friendlier type now? Let's have a look. Now it says these are making 0 pollution, but they are making pollution. We can see the poo running down the water here. Inland water treatment plant, that still gives off pollution. That doesn't give off pollution. We already have a pumping service road. Probably put tank reservoirs up at the other end. Advanced inline water treatment. Yeah, we haven't really unlocked the other ones yet, so guess we're gonna have to put another one of those eco pumps in. Again, I don't want to lose our rocks, but I think I don't really have much of a choice here. I'm not too fond of that, but you know, what do they say? Beggars can't be choosers. But they could, I guess. Yeah, that should address the problems with the water. So again, always, it's a balancing act. Now, this demand really hasn't gone any higher. It's still high demand for that or offices. Now let's check, because this is commercial. Yeah, and we're getting into residential there, so probably want to put a few more maybe office buildings along here. See how that goes. Now over here, like I said, I'm probably going to want to put in some of those other cool assets, and we're going to need probably a bus zone in that area as well. Again, so it's always looking at what you already have. All right, so we got a metro line here. We get away with putting a junction in here and making another stop. We can build airports now. I'd love to have airports in. And taxi cabs, tours might be cool. Oh, look at that. Farmer's Corners reached level 3, and that allows us now to make a lemonade factory, a milking parlor, medium crops, and medium fruit. Okay, so let us go over to Farmer's Corner. Where are you? And here you are. Get off our buses. Okay, go into the industries tab, into farming. And we can build medium crop fields. So let's put some medium fields down. Down. Okay, cotton, wheat, greenhouse. Let's go corn. Yeah, we got corn. So that'll allow us to grow more crops. Milking parlor. Let's put our milking parlor here. Another silo here. Another barn, I think. Put it there. I thought it said we could have a lemonade stand, but I think we need a warehouse over here too. Need a place to store all this stuff. There we go. Plop that down. This will be balanced and zone for farming products. There we go. This also allow us to get some workers in here. Workers. Oh, looks like we had another fire over here. Yeah, fire department was just in here and put a fire out in this field. That's another thing we should probably look at. Amenities coverage. We have no fire coverage over here. And I got a new section going in there, which I'm going to have to put amenities in. Maybe a small little fire hall. Wouldn't be too bad just over here on the outskirts of this. Yeah, right there. That'll give us the coverage we need there. How are we doing for police coverage? Pretty good. Police helicopter depot. I don't think we want to go anything too elaborate there. Police headquarters. Crime rate's pretty low though. It's only 6% in my city. It's not too crazy. But our fire safety's a little high. High capacity fire station. Centralized right here. I think it'll look good in there. And then as far as education goes, this is everything for that community zone over there that we want to, like Capacity University. Yeah, that we want to put in some more of that stuff over there on that campus. We got liberal arts campus stuff, more trade school stuff. So I think all we're going to really put in here, maybe it'll be an elementary school. That should be close to the police station as well. Let's go to parks and let's put in a nice playground or something near that. It's a fishing island, don't want that. Tourism and leisure. Small playground. That in right beside the school. And medical. The community pool here across the street, I think would be nice. Right across from the school. A yoga garden. Done on the opposite side of the street. I like the way that's plopping in. Put it there, I guess. Okay, so these guys are cut off power. So we need to put some high-rise buildings in here. do some office buildings along here, just to help with the sound. And then I think over here, this side, we'll build some low-end commercial buildings. So there's some shops over on this end. Might make a couple of gas stations there, so that might be okay. And in here, maybe we'll just decorate this up with some trees or something nice there. Let's see. Okay, well, it looks like this is building up quite nicely. And our power spread to over here, looking good. Okay, so I need to continue this going this way. So part of me is thinking, let's put some low res all in and along here. And as that starts to grow and fill out and that demand goes all the way down, I am going to go into Lafayette Trade School here, and I'm going to start dezoning some of the residential. Oh, gotta tell you, it's nice to have a drink beside you on a warm day. All right, so I know where we haven't done it for a while. Definitely need to take a little drive through our city. Where's this guy go? Driving home. He's driving home to play City Skylines 2. Let's see where this guy lives. Just have a little stroll through the city. The reason why I like doing this, and oh, he got home so quick, that guy. The reason why I like doing that is because it gives you a good idea of how your cityscape is kind of looking. And, you know, when it comes to your higher density buildings, you know, scatter them around. Don't shove them all in one place, because that's, again, what makes the city looks a little amateuristic. Okay, so this is the university over here, and we've zoned the hell out of this for residential to a degree. And I think what we need to do is dezone these areas here of residential. Okay, so folks, if you wouldn't mind moving out, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have a look at our zoning here for the trade school. And park area, race industry, paint industry. Okay, so we are going to expand this down. Trade school. Make it part of the properties in here. I mean, because it's going right along the tram and stuff, I mean, we really should have some more of the educational stuff in here. So trade school things. Trade school dormitory. Study hall. Yeah, I don't think we have a study hall. Oh my god, that building is huge. I don't know if we can get this puppy in here. They build groundskeeping. Oh, book club? I don't think I got a book club. There you go, put the book club down. And there's still tons of buildings we can use. I know the police academy building is huge. A liberal arts building. Wow, that's another big one. Varsity sports. Yeah, there's like a big baseball diamond. Yeah, in order to get more of this stuff in, I'm probably going to have to tear down more of the city. In amongst this area, I think. may have to redesign this whole thing where I put a little bit of walking plazas and stuff in here. Lots of upgrading going on. I definitely hear it across the city. I think we need some more higher density homes in here in Oak Square. Rezone that block for a res. Can't see office buildings going in here, which is nice. Another strip of those office buildings along here. Commercial zone here built up pretty good. So what do we got ended up in here? What do we got? A giant tiger. I'll make that historical, I guess. Chick-fil-A. Oh, I gotta have a Chick-fil-A. Two Chick-fil-A's on the same block? Nah, come on, guys. Build something else here. Okay, and these kind of did. Well, they kind of didn't. I was hoping they'd build a gas station there, but they didn't. Hustle and bustle of the crowds. Souvenirs. Looking pretty good. Building up slowly. And for population, there has gone down. Going to need to put more people to work, I think. Like I said, I wanted to scale back this industry. See if I can get away with scaling some of it back now. Because, see if these worker barracks is all filled. There. So. I'm gonna see if I can plop down a couple of more workers' barracks in here in the firm so that we can get some more people hired. So let's put one in there, another one in there. Okay, so we're hiring and we are going to dezone this. Take from this section back. Try to kill some of that generic industry. Traffic flow is down to 76%. Now, I do understand why that is happening. I do know exactly why that's happening. It's because we built this new section up here, and that is starting to form pretty good density. I should probably zone this in. Just paint a district in. Back Oak Square a little bit. Make this a new zone here. All this Pine Heights, huh? Guess we can get into that. What kind of policies do I want here? I don't really see any policies that are really going to apply for that district. But the main reason why I wanted to put a district in here is so when I click on it, I can see the population, see how it's growing, see how many workers are in here. That's the main reason for that. That's why you want to zone each area so you can keep an idea of what's going on. Okay, so even though I cut back that generic over here, industry a little bit, I don't think it's really hurt anything. Your inland water treatment plants. Eventually I'm going to want to have a better type facility that I'll build in here just strictly for that. Wonder what my importing and exporting looks like. Let's have a look at our land values and our zones for areas. Okay, so land value. So Florence Square and Dale Square. And in around the trade place looks like it's our highest area for wealth. Track and field, basketball arena. Wow. I'd love to do one of these. These buildings are huge. They're definitely not going in this section. Countryside Public Library. Faculty building. You know, I might be able to get away with putting in some faculty. Trying to do this without maybe killing some of my walking paths. Might fit there. Let's have a look here. What's this? It's elementary school. Basketball court. Tennis court. Commercial building. Building. I'm thinking putting it in here and then just rebuild the walking paths. It's all kind of connected in pretty good. That holds more students. Okay, we are cruising right along. This here, Florence Square was one of our original places that we built up. People are still upgrading over here, which is great. I think I'd like to maybe turn these ones here into high residential as well, although there's no demand for it right now, but I think I probably will turn this square into high res, or maybe one of these, maybe this one, this side. Okay, how are we doing over here? everything is kind of chugging along just nice. 3 stars on our farm over here. Let's see if this thing actually is starting to get profitable yet. Yep, starting to make money with it. Got a good balance of things. Looks like it's soon ready to upgrade to next level. Level 4. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, those buildings didn't fill up, so cut back some more regular industry zoning. All doing well. Zone for farming. I think it might soon be time to actually plop in an actual container pier soon. I'm really hoping eventually at some point I can, you know, maybe do ferries, and I think it would be cool to have those. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying my playthrough here of City Skylines. Any suggestions would be welcome for the city. And like I said, we're just going to expand and get a little bit more realistic with each thing as we're going. And then we're going to come back into areas like this that was part of our original build. We're going to scrap it. We're going to clean it up. We're going to redefine it to make it look even better. So, you know, if you're liking my playthrough of City Skylines 1, make sure you give us a like. Make sure you subscribe. I think I'm definitely going to have to, but this is now a Grand City. We are going to have a sports stadium or something. And maybe that's what's going to be slated for over here. There's a nice big sports arena. Yeah. And then when I put that in, I'm going to definitely have to put some bus zones around it, which would be good since there is a biodiesel bus depot over there. When we come back, we'll check our bus lines again and make sure they're not getting too filled up, because we started off with low amounts of bus numbers, and if there's too many people waiting around, then they're going to start driving again, and we're not going to want that. Traffic's flowing pretty good right now, even though it is starting to drop. So, and that's probably because we do have this whole new section over here, and it's going to need some form of transit and some form of metro. Yeah, because the metro line only comes into here. Maybe eventually what we need to have is a connecting line into here, and then have metro that goes back and forth on this area of the city. So again, it's always a matter of planning things around getting people around your city, you know, getting them moving, getting them around different places. Okay, well, let's put a stop here, put a pause, and thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in my next video. This is Old Guy Plays 1969. See ya. Bye-bye.